All right, you guys hear that heartbeat? This is an intense moment. Right there is a creek. I'm about to ride through it. We're gonna see if we can do it. We're on the sauce, baby. Ooh, buddy, I hope it's not slick tires or slick rocks. Come on, come on. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, get it. Ah, we made it through the creek. Look at that. We made it through the creek. Nice.
I mean, wow, this is bad. This is a whole new level of diva right here.
You're gonna need the elbow pad. Wolf Tick Nation, thank you guys for tuning in to once
that was a subdued.
Another Wolf Tick Videos episode, very subdued. All right. On today's episode, can you guys believe it's been 4 years?
4 years.
4 years since
4 years. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, thank you. Since we have done a real-time review and the whole initial impressions on the Manitou Markhor M30 fork. That's crazy.
I thought it was a something 30.
M30. I
thought you said something about 44 right now.
No, it's M30. M30 Manitou, the minutia fork.
Well, you could. I want you to make sure you highlight if you were wrong in the damn.
I will.
The editing.
Right. This initial impressions on the Manitou Markhor M30 fork. This fork is interesting. It's 100mm travel, tapered steer tube on it. It's got the weirdest design as far as the reverse arch on it.
They're known for it.
It's so weird. Like
we were really against it. Finally got one because people were just constantly on us about getting one.
Yeah.
And we end up, it grew on us.
It really did. I think LeBron Photo.
Not.com.
And Berserker Nick, like 4 years ago, had this fork. And Berserker, remember making the comment saying, well, the reverse arch there doesn't bother me because you can't see it when you're riding. But you can see it now, Berserker, and it's just so weird, you know? Even the routing for the front brake up here, the routing's just really weird because it doesn't have that arch up front where you can kind of tuck it behind the lower. But guys, it's been 4 years since we've actually done the real-time review on this thing. We've been riding with it for a lot of seasons. It's been from bike to bike. It even went, what did we get? I think it got second place on the official fork rating.
Yeah, the not so budget category.
Yeah, not so budget category. Got second place. So
I think at the time it was second place. I don't know what it is now on that.
Yeah, so it rated really high. I remember kind of hating on it a little bit because the stanchions weren't the thickest of stanchions. But heck, man, it was one of those forks definitely. I think right now you can get it for $300, I think is what it's selling for. You guys can check out the links in the description below. But
I think right now, to me, I'm just going to say this.
Yeah.
This is more about how it's held up. This isn't about if you should buy it or not. This is about if it's held up, right? But at $300 right now with what's out there on sale, that's a hard sell for me.
A hard sell. If you want to be that guy that's got something a little bit different of a design, maybe you want to get this.
It's nostalgic for you to have that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bomb-proof fork. We're fixing to take it on Ragnarok here in Northwoods and Hot Springs, and we're fixing to find out if it's still bomb-proof.
still bomb-proof.
Yeah, see if it's still bomb-proof. We're going to get some climbing with it. We're going to test it out that much with the climbing. I mean, I will. You guys won't see it. You're welcome. But we're going to take it on Dreamcatcher and Ragnarok, and we're going to put it to the test. I just got off Ragnarok, and it's been super freaking rough. But 4 years, man, and it still looks pretty good. I mean, the decals are a little tore up, but something I will say about this fork that I'm impressed with is a lot of the times with forks after being in storage, being ridden, being put on this bike, being put on that bike, they'll start to get oil leakage up here where your dust shields are, and sometimes they'll even drip where your rebound knob is. And this guy here, it looks brand new other than the decals being tore up a little bit. So she's definitely solid there. She's held pressure. I'm looking forward to this. 100mm of travel, 30mm stanchions, tapered steer tube. Let's get after it. Let's find out if she's good as she was from the day we opened it, or not, if not better. All right, love you. All right, here we go, guys. Freaking gorgeous out right now. You know, I was just looking at this fork. We've got 75 PSI, and that's, we were talking about mentioning that, not mentioning it, showing the whole thing. This thing does have a graph. It mentions right at 80 PSI for riders 140 to 160, 80 to 85. And we've got 75 in it. I think it's a good spot. That's where the pressure was from like seasons and seasons of riding this thing over the past 4 years. I wanted to let you guys know that I weigh about 145 pounds. So we'll see how this thing reacts. So we've got the rebound right at halfway. And that was something like I was surprised with. And I don't know if this is a normal thing, at least with some more budget forks. And I've even seen some upper scale forks with the same thing where they kind of have a little bit of oil leakage sometimes. You'll see like oil lines dripping down the lowers or up on the dust shield of the stanchion. So that's something that's a little weird with some forks. This one right here didn't have it. This has been a solid fork. We used to have this thing on the Axum, on a couple other bikes, and then this pretty much found a home on the Ascension. And this thing has been through the gamut of trails. It's been all over Arkansas. So we thought it was only right. It's been 4 years. Like I said, it's about $400 right now, or $300 right now. But there are some other fork deals out there to be found. You guys can check out the affiliate links in the description below for this fork. And we'll put some other forks out there as well. The biggest downside, honestly, with this fork is just it's so weird looking. You know, with that reverse arch, it's so weird. But in the smalls, it's butter. In the bigs, it's butter. This is one of the forks that we took to the jump park back in the day. And you guys can check out the playlist on it. At the end screens, I'll have Wolfman put those in. He handles all that stuff. But this thing rated like a 34 point something. Almost got like a 35 on the signs of our rating chart. But yeah, just been a solid performer. I'd say one of the negatives with it would be, and this is for filming purposes, and I don't know, you guys let me know how you feel about it in the comments, it doesn't have a compression ring on it. So if I were to like start getting big old hits here, I just have to base it off of the dust line or the grease line on there to see really how much travel or how much sag I'm getting. I always like to have a compression ring. I think it's just more visually appealing for the fork and for whenever people are watching, you know, to kind of see that thing really travel. But really good in the smalls, the high rate of speed, low rate of speed. I did watch the real-time review back initially 4 years ago when we got this thing. And I think the review was okay. I don't like the picture-in-picture that we did. You guys can comment on that as well. We'll be showing a full screen on certain parts, the way this fork is acting. But I didn't really talk about how progressive it was. Does it get progressively stiffer? Or does it hit a wall? Does it stop with the movement at a certain point? Or does it remain to stay kind of buttery and supple throughout? So we'll be talking about that when it comes to this fork. It only has 100 millimeters of travel. I think I bombed it out on the real-time review. I didn't watch all of the jump park, which I'm sure we bombed it out. But during the cat's meow run, I didn't bomb it out once. And I remember us talking about that it didn't have a, it wasn't really a compression knob. It was either open or closed. We're going to try a little bit of, geez, that's a big bike. Trying to get off of it. We're going to show you guys a little bit of the climbing and of the lockout. And I think it has a little bit of movement. It's kind of like the RockShox. But yeah, Manitou is kind of a brand we don't really hear about a lot these days. And maybe it's because we're in America and this is, I don't know where the heck this fork's made at. It's got a weird symbol on there. It looks like an Italian fork or something, but we don't really hear about them anymore. You know, it's always RockShox or Fox, you know, or Blaney, you know, same level. But yeah, it's got the air chart down there, 29, 100 millimeters of travel. It's a good fork. You can get it with the remote. And I think one of the upsides to this one was you can install a remote without having to have a different setup for your knob, like your compression knob. Something like that, I forget. But basically has that quick setup for you. But easily reachable. We're going to go ahead and lock it out. And there's no amount of clicks or anything on there. Oh, well, maybe I take that back. This sucker is solid up front. There is no movement on this fork that I can feel and see. If we had a compression ring, we can actually see if it's actually moving. You guys probably have a better shot of it than I do. That sucker is solid up front. And that the lockout knob is very smooth. There's no clicking or anything in it. And it's a wall to wall. So it doesn't get like progressively stiffer as you go. Some of the cheap forks will do that. But it's a great looking fork. Oh, so let's get some climbing out of the way. And then we're going to get up to hub H, and we're going to do Dreamcatcher, we're going to do Ragnarok, and we're going to talk about this fork. We're going to see how she acts, see if I can bomb it out. Might mess with that rebound a little bit, talk about that some more. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and jump over to hub H. All right, guys, here we are at the beautiful hub H. A lot of memories up here, some cool stuff. We are full slow on the rebound at the moment, and there's really not a lot of adjustment. That knob almost makes it look like there's a ton here, faster and slower, but I mean, that's almost like flipping around 360 degrees. There's just not a lot. Let me open this guy up all the way. So, I mean, that's pretty good. But then we go all the way over here on the slower side, and it doesn't really feel like it changes it up that much. There's a lot of adjustment on the rebound knob, but it's just not effective, I guess is the word. It's just kind of weird. During the real-time review, I talked about that a little bit. That's going to be the slowest, and then that's going to be the fastest. I mean, that's a whole bunch right there. In my opinion, it really doesn't make that big of a difference. So we're going to go the slowest on there, and we're going to talk about the progression and all that and how this fork has been doing over the last 4 years. That's crazy. We've had a fork in this channel for over 4 years. Let's see how it does. Hopefully the sloth squatch cam here, sloth cam, hopefully I'll give you guys a decent look at some stuff. Almost forgot. Jeez, what am I doing here, guys? Come on, you need to remind me. Seat post is dropped. And what does that mean? Standing room only. Let's do this. All right, here's Dreamcatcher. This is a cool little trail. Good little warm-up. I'm going to go to freaking 11th gear on this guy. Good little warm-up to get you guys going to Ragnarok, which is a more difficult blue trail. Oh, and this fork, buddy. Do you see how smooth it is? It almost acts like the front end. Now try to follow me on this. Almost feels like the front end is so heavy because this fork moves so well. Almost feels like we have a weighted hub or something up there because this fork just absolutely pushes and pulls and sticks to the trail so good. It's very impressive right now. Oh man, if you could see my face, I have a massive smile because I can't wait for this. Oh, wow. She is just supple, buddy. We're gonna talk about some of the progression at a faster rate of speed. Right now it feels okay when I get down really low, and that rebound's nice and slow right where I want it. All right, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's do this. This trail is very loose today. I just rode it a little while ago on another bike. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to be careful, buddy. It's super slippery. Okay, let's see this fork here. I can feel it. Oh my gosh. Oh, how it sticks to the ground is amazing. That rebound being slow like that is a beautiful thing. If it were any faster, that's the slowest it'll go. If it were any faster, I'd probably be getting pushed off this trail a little too much because it'd be popping way too fast. But holy crap, at my weight, my air pressure, and the setting of just completely slow down on this fork is amazing. It is progressively getting stiffer as it goes, and what I like is you guys can see it. I don't know if I've bottomed it out. We might take a look up here if you're lucky. I don't want to get off this thing. We may have bombed it out, but I haven't felt it bottom out just yet. It is just solid. But let me add this. Let me say this. Let's go down a little bit further to a stopping point because it's doing something that other forks have been doing here recently with all the popping. Let me stop right here. This fork right now, I can officially say, is starting to do that backup with the air. It's starting to get some buildup with all the pops over and over and over and over again. It is doing it, guys. It's doing that, like, that packing, I believe they call it. I'm pretty much, yeah, I bombed this fork out, and I wish we had a compression ring. It's kind of weird the way that this is designed here, this little arch. It's got these points down here, but right here is where we bombed out. We've done that for sure, but it's getting that packing fill. I wonder if we're going to get it back right now. It's probably the airs got trapped or something like that, but it is doing exactly what that, like, lyric did.
I believe that was the fork that was actually on this bike beforehand. And that was a lot of action back there. But this shouldn't be doing that. It's packing up. Let's see. Oh, yes. It's there. Okay. See, hits like that, it's still there. I can feel it in the front end, and you probably can see it. That fork might be moving, but it is not as smooth as it was just a little while ago. If we gave this thing a minute, maybe on some stuff like this, let's just slow cruise it. You can see it's not being as responsive as it was. It still feels solid. It still feels good. It's tracking really good, but it just doesn't feel like it's planting me on that trail anymore. I have that amount of compression. It's weird. It feels built up. Let me see here. Oh my God, this trail is amazing. After some flow like this, let's see if we've gotten some of our groove back here. Okay, I feel it opening a little bit in the front end. Okay, maybe we're back now. Yes, we're back now. Now look at the difference. Can you guys see anything up there? I'm gonna give you guys the full screen. Look at this. It's way spongier, I guess would be the way to explain it. It's way more progressive now. See back there when it would get that real big buildup after all of those multiple hits so fast, it got to that point of no progression, like it was hitting a wall. Very strange. Yeah. Oh yeah. But we're back now, baby. Dude, that was weird. Huh. Interesting. Hell of a ride on this fork. Oh yeah, we've definitely bombed it out. Still just as good, if not better, than when we first rode it. But I don't think we've ever taken it down Ragnarok. And if we did, we may have been doing a review on something else, maybe tires or something. So maybe not putting so much weight. Something that I do that I don't know if you guys are aware of. I've explained it before. I go way heavier in the front end when we're doing fork reviews to really get some movement and try to put as much pressure on that fork as possible. So whenever we do a tire review, say this was on the Axum and we did a tire review on there, which I'm pretty sure it was, the Axum DP, I probably just focused more on the rear end and on the front end and the corners and stuff like that, as opposed to putting too much weight on the fork. So I wasn't tuned in or dialed in with the amount of buildup or packing that was there back in the day, if there was any. But right now I can officially say the Manitou, it did have some of that. We'll go to Wolfman. I'll talk to him a little bit about this. Still super fun of a ride, very enjoyable. I'm just really surprised that it did that. Huh.
All right, guys, just got done with the Manitou, the Minutia.
Manitou.
The Markhor M30. All right. It's been 4 years, and let me tell you something. This fork is the bomb, man. This fork is awesome. Really,
a lot of people have been saying in the comments when we review forks, they always bring this fork up, seems like.
Yeah.
Like talking about this is the fork. And I think a lot of people haven't been watching us for a while, so they don't realize we like this fork. You know, we're not, but no,
I just got a lot of
$300.
Yeah, it's $300. That's a big problem. I was surprised because, well, before I get to that, it's so supple, it's so butter. The way I was talking about it was, it almost feels like this bike has a weighted hub. You know, I'm all into my RC crawling and stuff, right? You always want to weigh down those hubs to really get the tires to stick, and that way the suspension can travel, but the tires still stick. This fork is so good at its job, it's ridiculous, because the whole time I'm riding, I'm not meaning that like the fork is heavy or the front of the bike feels heavy, but that tire stays so planted and it just moves, and that fork just absolutely, it's just butter out there.
Does it soak it up?
Yeah, it soaks it up.
Yeah, I can feel it. I felt the tension.
It soaks it up, man. This fork is very impressive. It did do one thing. This is the negative on it that I'm not used to it. And I had talked about it, and I was thinking, we take it to the jump park, we took it to Cat's Meow. I don't know if we've ever been that rough on the fork while all of my attention was towards the fork. I talked about tire tests we've done, group set tests where this fork has been on these bikes, you know. But getting to really focus on a trail like Ragnarok, it started to do that packing up on me.
Did it?
Wow. Because Ragnarok has like 3 or 4 portions that are super fast, and that fork gets no relief up front, and it started packing up on me.
Did you adjust the rebound?
Well, that was the thing, was I had it halfway climbing up there, and when I got to the top of hub H, that's another one of the weird things with this fork is I got to hub H and I started looking at it. This thing has so much, it's like 360 degrees of what do you call it, adjustability. It just doesn't do much. It's really weird. So at the slowest amount, which is like all the way around, of course, the slowest amount of rebound is right where I would have most forks. And the max on this thing, to speed it up the quickest, is still slow. So I don't know when it comes to that.
Adjustability is not great.
Adjustability is not great. It doesn't really do anything. There's a lot of adjustability. It just doesn't do that much, you know? And I don't think that has anything to do with, I remember that was one of the things I brought up in the real-time review originally, was this thing, I have it at the slowest rebound and it's right at that point of where it needs to be for me.
Yeah, there's no headroom in this fork.
No headroom. There is a lot of progression in the fork. It doesn't ever feel like you're hitting a wall, but when we started going out there and packing up a little bit, I felt like I was hitting a wall. So I was really surprised with that.
So it corrected after a little bit?
Yeah, it corrected itself. I love the lockout. It's freaking solid on this thing. Again, one of the other negatives, it doesn't have a compression ring, but that's okay. You can always do the zip tie. I know people are going to say that or whatever, a rubber band. But for the most part, you're right. Right now, it's a little much at $300. I would find it hard to purchase this fork at $300. I think right now what they should do, this is a 2021 model. You can still get it. You can check the film link description below. I think they're living off of the Markhor name a little bit, and this fork being at the top back in the day, back in its heyday. You know, it's still a great fork. It can probably outdo
it was a big bang for the buck, I think, way back.
Yeah, and right now they should really think about $150, because $150 I think is where this fork needs to be for what it is and
maybe
the name.
200 max.
Maybe 200 max, but 150 is where I would like to see it. Maybe on sale, $170. I'd buy this fork again. It's a very solid fork. And the other thing I remember mentioning on the real-time review, because I just watched it recently, we were talking about how nice it is to have a fork that's this stable, just solid of a fork, right? I think it was right at almost 4 pounds, decently light, but having the quick release as opposed to the through axle, because back in the day with other forks like this in that 401 and up, you know, that real expensive area, or the 201 and up, a lot of them were switching to through axle, especially with the tapered steer tube. So it is a nice fork. It's just not $300 nice anymore. They need to lower the price on it.
Yeah, I would agree. I've always thought it was a decent fork. And back in the day, I didn't argue the price too much, but nowadays with the sales that people are putting on and like the amount of fork you can get for, you know, $150, $200, I just think it really is priced itself out a little bit.
Yeah, like I was saying, old Mongoose, he sent us a link for a fork on eBay that we're going to have to probably purchase, like $100.
Well, maybe I'll throw an affiliate in this one.
Might throw an affiliate. You guys need to check it out. Don't buy them up, or unless we bought one first. But Mongoose, one of our patrons, man, he's like, hey, you guys need to check this fork out. And it's a Suntour. Yeah, it's really nice. We haven't done one yet. But anyway, guys, that was the 4-year much-needed update. And boy, am I glad that we took that lyric back off this and stuck this thing right back on there and decided to do that. It was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to riding this bike even more. This thing is like totally built for us. You know, it's a really nice bike. The Schwinn Ascension, the sauce. But guys, we will catch you on the next episode. We appreciate you watching as always. Me and Wolfman are going to go get a bite to eat.
Yes.
Need some food.
Yeah.